Hello and welcome everyone. We have another day in a Serenity Gaming League. This time it's Division 1. We have 7 AM going against KMG Oracle. And the Ketchka duo is back.
Ooh. That's it. That's all I get from you for tonight. No,
Yes.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to, of course, our lovely Serenity Gaming stream. We apologize for the delay that we've had today. We're starting 13 minutes late, but that is because we were waiting, well, first of all, for the stream to be actually set up, and then for the mid laner of 7 AM to actually get here and get ready for tonight's games. However, hopefully, we're going to be getting them full of action and full of excitement as... Well, 7 AM, they're coming from last split. They finished second place, and they already have one game past them, I believe. However, this is actually their first time that they're appearing on stream, so hopefully they can show us what for.
Yeah, and since the last time they have made two changes. They brought Hank into the mid lane, and they brought a jungler who I believe two changes. They brought Hank into the mid lane, and they
Peter.
since the last time they have made two changes. No, Peter, I think. No, Pieter, I think. It sounds like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, I like that.
Peter or Pieter, I don't know.
It's fine. We'll have to improvise.
It's all good.
Also, we're going to be calling the AD carry of 7 AM Turbo Transfer Yoni for anyone who's going to be very confused in the team fights. That's fine. I'm probably going to be very confused as well. But hopefully we won't be confused for the entire duration of these games, because there is a very big possibility that we will be, because there is promise for a lot of action. There is promise for a lot of solo kills, possibly going through the top lane. However, I do think that we're going to be getting a lot of jungle skirmishes, as both of the junglers have a playstyle that very much lends itself towards these big early game fights. Those carry champions are going to be huge for both sides as we now head into the picks and bans.
Alright, Vladimir is going to be taken just off the table at 7 AM. They're on the blue side. KMG Oracle will be on the red side. And something that we didn't really talk about was KMG Oracle. They will have a sub in the mid lane. Fancy Dahyun. He'll be just playing in the mid.
Yeah, he'll be there. He's actually subbing in for Silent Knight, I believe is the main mid laner for KMG Oracle, so hopefully he will be able to show up today and possibly even solo kill Hank, whom I actually have a lot of respect for. He plays in another league, and that's why you're already seeing the Zoe be taken away from him. Of course, it's not the only champion in his arsenal. There is stuff also like the Nico, which has been taken away from them. Something other than that is perhaps a Zerath, but he has a lot more control mages, so if the focus ban is going to be purely on the mid lane, I would be a bit afraid, because then you would be allowing other carries like Vinny, or perhaps also, did we agree on Peter? In the jungle.
It's Peter, yeah.
Yeah, so we're agreeing on Peter, and he's hopefully going to be having a lot of carry picks, because he's been left absolutely unattended, and you're already seeing the Echo be picked up for him.
Yeah, Echo recently being mostly a jungler now. Sometimes with the Dark Harvest, sometimes with the Electrocute, or whatever the hell you pick on Echo jungle. But one thing it has in common: if you get ahead, you can snowball games very effectively. Now, Pyke is being hovered. There was quite a bit of focus towards Omegaton in the ball lane. Of course, the ball lane for KMG Oracle, they're the same as last split, so really looking forward to seeing how they do.
Yeah, hopefully they will have some impact on the map, and we haven't necessarily touched on the bot lanes yet, but it's actually important that the Pyke is taken away by the side of KMG Oracle right now, because it is a joint pick between Mark and Omegaton. So the fact that you have already kind of had this champ pool restricted for Mark so much by their own doing, and the fact that you also take the Pyke away means that now he is actually going to be forced off of these hard engaged champs. Perhaps a Leona can be in his arsenal, but I am unsure if that is what 7 AM are going to be focusing now. Now, they have had their Pantheon picked against them, so alright. Now, you would generally be expecting this Viger to be going mid lane, but we have agreed before this game started with Kachka that Yoni, Turbo Transfer, can play some of those more unorthodox picks. Among them, something like a Syndra or a Talia. However, Vigar very much lends itself to that kind of playstyle, so possibly can be flexed to that lane as well.
And going for a Nautilus just feels like 7 AM go for a comp where fighting is going to be the utmost importance. You don't care about anything else. You go in, you blow your cooldowns, and hopefully you blow someone up. Which is why that Kai'Sa, I would like the pick. The mobility from the ultimate would be crucial, to say the least.
However, is that going to be enough in that bot lane? Given that you're playing with a Pyke, that is a champion that can offer you a lot of damage and agency in the early game, that is for sure. However, he's not going to be offering you much of a peel. The only kind of peeling tool he has is trying to get a good stun off on someone by dashing back towards his turret, or he's just sacrificing himself valiantly, or trying to fidget around with his bone skewer. So if there is ever a gank in the bot lane, or if Mark gets a good dredge line, or after level 6, even just the ulti, Kai'Sa is going to be blown up immediately, especially if there is someone like Veigar who, well, after level 6, has a really nice skill button to use.
Of course, KMG Oracle still, anticipating the fact that Veigar could very well be in the mid lane, played by Hank, banning away the Xayah, something that Yone can play pretty well, at least according to, going from his solo queue.
Okay.
And now, waiting for the last ban. It is going to be the Talon.
It's going to be a Talon, so they kind of... I'm getting kind of mixed vibes here from the side of KMG Oracle. Talon be banned against them. Is Veigar is going to be going bot? Well, that's kind of just banned there. But given that you have already prioritized so many mid lane bans, I think that there is a potential for an Orianna to be picked for someone like Hank, and the Talon will be in fact situated as a ban towards where Vinny can play that champion. He can also play a lot of other carry champions, something like a Cassiopeia, which was taken away from him. However, he has already showed us that he can play a Jace and a Kennen as well, so curious to see what he will pick up for himself in that lane. Likely to be something non-tanky though.
Alright, we're going for a Jarvan now for the KMG Oracle team. So I see that they definitely also want some engage tools, but their team comp doesn't feel much more about the team fights. It feels like it's more going to be around the picks and Tristana. Locked in for 7 AM.
Right.
It doesn't necessarily have to be ADC.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be there. Of course, right now there is a very big potential for kind of the pigs being swapped around. We'll have to see until the very last second where they go. So there is a potential for kind of a double duo in the bot lane. If that's not going to be Lissandra, then I think we have kind of confirmed where all the champions... Yeah, they're just gonna blow it wide open. Cool. Owning a fan. Nautilus enters. Incredibly potential for us there. You don't necessarily think of Tristana as an incredibly early game oriented AD.
And the Kennen being the final lock-in for KMG Oracle. So full engage, full fights on both sides of the rift, it seems like. With 7 AM having a lot of AP crowd control, AoE sort of, as I look at it, and KMG Oracle, I think they're all about just finding a single target and blowing them up.
Yeah, and that's kind of the story for both teams, I think we can say, because you have the Nautilus on the other side, which is enough of a single target lockdown on its own, but you have that paired up with the Lissandra, and you can also chain that CC with the Veigar cage, so there is quite a lot of lockdown on 7 AM side as well. On the side of KMG Oracle, they have that single target burst. You have a pretty nice combo with Jarvan and kind of locking people in on a single spot, and then Cannon full slicing Maelstrom and get a really nice team fight off. Of course, that's talking about the execute, and we saw that at the last second the picks got swapped around. So in fact, it is going to be Hank playing a Tristana in the mid lane, and Yone is going to be playing Veigar with TP on the... Alright,
yes. A lot to just try and break down, so I feel like I want to focus on the boss. It seems to be a bit more straightforward, at least for the side of 7 AM. Now with that Veigar, what you mentioned with the Nautilus, the blow-up potential at level 6, it's gonna be massive, and Hjort will really need to watch his steps. Because one wrong one that he and that's gonna cost him at least a kill and maybe even the entire lane.
You're absolutely right. And I think that in this case, it's going to be mostly the junglers coming to play in that bot lane. Of course, both junglers can go pretty much any lane. Pieter is going to be having his options a bit limited, given that he doesn't have any setup in the mid lane. However, Golfmore, sorry, his options are, well, unrestricted. He can go to the top lane where he has enough stun potential from the cannon. He has a beautiful point-and-click CC from Pantheon. And when we go back to the bot lane, what else would you want than a Pyke? And it's the same for Peter on the other side of the realm, because, well, this Echo is gonna be swooping in, chaining that CC with the Nautilus, and I already pointed out the Vygar cage, but if someone gets in and they don't have flash, they're absolutely dead.
Yeah, I can definitely echo that thought as, wait, is this stream already working? I feel like we should just
keep. All right.
I guess not.
Because I think Color has herself muted on stream. She sounds like a little right now. So, you know, we're going to hopefully get that result here.
Hopefully.
Ahead of us. A lot of early from both definitely benefit them in the long. But I think that the nice thing, kind of both what would you call it? Both of these teams. One side of the map falls not necessarily over. Ranger falls behind, that's not a problem. She's still going to be the big CC mage. If Tristana falls behind, you're still going to be having
It comes to who you want to get your kills on, who do you want to be paying attention to. The odds that you're facing a Tristana.
She's running an Ignite into a Pantheon, not a Cloud. Levels, and Tristana is going to be doing anything in her power to make that not a reality, just by shoving him in and controlling the wave with her auto attacks.
Alright, I think we are going to be in the game. We're just gonna continue as normal and see where the stream takes us. KMG Oracle, they're stacking the brush right now, but 7 AM they're not invading.
7 AM, just doing the nice vertical line.
You see theory, right? The vertical line runs from something that's at the top. That's at, so technically vertical jungling is just horizontal jungling. It's vertical jungling. If you think about it.
Stick to horizontal rather than a horizontal.
Yes.
It's actually moving.
Hell
right. It's been.
Yeah.
The map opens up some room Jarvan can be going for the bot fully. Possibly going for not possible. And it's just on a top lane with Ignite.
Oh wait, what? Oh right, that's a lane swap from Vinny and
Right.
Hank.
I was not expecting that.
See, I'm trying to think whether I like it or not. Because, I mean, Lissandra into Cannon, you are a bit screwed. And if you put Tristana, then you have a better of a chance. But then you're not going to be really punishing that Pantheon as much.
Yeah,
if Vinny's in the mid lane.
Yeah, I think Lissandra can try and punish Pantheon, but as you said, it's not going to be necessarily as efficient as a Tristana's bot lane.
That is a good hook, the Event Horizon also coming down from Yoni. Fjord loses half of his health, it's a decent trade back onto Mark. I think overall 7am do get slight edge in terms of health.
Overall, 7am coming out on top. Pantheon is trading nicely into Lissandra. You can see that it's incredibly difficult for her to actually retaliate in these short trades. And that's exactly how you want to be playing Pantheon. As soon as you get your shield, you just want to go for a quick trade, pop that shield so the enemy cannot deal any damage to you, and then you just scoot away behind your minion wave and are very, very safe. So far, Dayun has been playing this lane out properly, is having, in fact, a CS? What did you call it? Not the opposite of deficit.
Advantage.
Advantage, yeah, I'm an idiot. Regardless, good Event Horizon in the bot lane, not gonna do anything.
Yeah, look at Peter in the jungle. He's getting invaded by Golf Murmur, who really wants to take that blue buff. The rest of KMG Oracle just rotating down as in the bot lane action ensues. Hjorthis, yeah, Hjorthis in the place. That's a good double stun coming through. Yoni flashes forward. He's ignited though. That's first blood being picked up by Omegaton. He now bone skewers Mark back. He has to flash back. If you guys can hear us on stream and not see anything, we're sorry. We're just casting as normal.
Yeah, hopefully you can enjoy this radio podcast of the Karam and Kachka duo. Already 7am, we're off to an incredibly greedy start in that bot lane, as Mark just keeps on hitting a dredge line after... Not enough, because Vigor does not have that much damage just yet. You have to have for the level 6. Skill shots. That's a gank.
Vinny?
Yeah, Vinny.
Yeah, that's the jump onto space 5. Outside jungle, Golf Murmur, he's just CC'd for ages. That's Peter getting the kill. He flashes over the wall, but straight into Omegaton, and yeah, that's gonna be a kill going over onto Pyke. Omegaton dashing over the wall. He's not gonna find anything though, and it ends up being a 1-for-1 in the bot side river.
So 1-for-1, and it is in fact Peter picking up the kill. So in that case, 7am do come out on top. However, you already have a 2-0 Pyke, and if there is something that we have learned is that a fed Pyke is surprisingly scary, especially even if he is, which you don't necessarily expect. Really heavy. That Pyke, if he gets his lethality very early on, he can start just Xing people, and now playing as well.
Omegaton flashes forward, secures a double stun. That's Hjorth already getting the kill onto Yoni, and Mark is stacked on the wrong side of the ball line. It's a double kill being picked up by the Kai'Sa. And I have to say, great start from KMG Oracle, especially when we take into account the expectations we had from last split. They are doing really well.
Yeah, it was a beautiful gank by the Jarvan. I mean, there was vision on the side of 7am. They could see him coming, but they were just way too far away to try and escape. Because now Tristana goes in. Okay, never mind, nothing's gonna happen. I'm actually curious who's going to be winning this matchup post-level 6, because I think that Kennen does get much more agency as TP is coming through in the Dragon Pit.
7am are trying to contest the Drake, which is running very low. It is going to be secured by Peter for the side of 7am. They also get a kill onto the Jarvan. Golf Murmur is going to die. So 7am contests the Ocean Dragon and they get a kill as well.
Yeah, 7am, they kind of turn the situation around with one good teleport play. Lissandra came to aid her jungler, and as a result they are able to pick up that Drake. And, well, so all of a sudden, things aren't looking that bad anymore. I mean, still, you are 1k gold behind, and most of that gold is sitting on the bot laners of KMG Oracle. Already, Kai'Sa is almost 1k ahead of her opponent in that lane, so not necessarily the most peachy of all starts, but it's not terrible just yet.
Hank is jumping forward in the top lane, slicing Maelstrom from Space Viking is just going to deter him. But you can already see the Tristana getting a pretty big CS advantage. Hank currently 15 ahead at 7 minutes. The gold overall still sitting in favor of KMG Oracle.
And ladies and gentlemen, I think we have come back with the stream. In fact, so
I don't know. It's
if you guys haven't heard us until now, well, we apologize. If you have heard us and haven't seen the images moving, the video, the stream, well, then we apologize as well. It's kind of our job, really, at this point. Now, things are a bit calm, as nothing has happened in the past minute. Which is surprising that we have already had 6 kills this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's a curious type of game, I feel like, because technically the kills are going everywhere, but I don't really think anything monumental has yet happened. That depends on how Hjorth uses his 2 kills, because the potential of the game is definitely lying in Kai'Sa's hands.
Oh, yeah.
But when you're going for the Manamune, it takes you a bit more time to actually hit hard.
Yeah, you definitely have to wait for your power spike to be coming a bit later on, especially if you wouldn't, in comparison to, say, the Stormrazor Rush. You do get your Q level up a bit earlier. With Manamune, you generally tend to get it at level 11, so Hjorth is waiting until that spike. Now, a terrifying Dredge line. Okay.
That's a stun connecting onto Hjorth with the Event Horizon. In the bot lane, Omegaton just dashing out. Yeah, no kills, no one really burning anything down in bot lane.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that there haven't been more plates taken by the side of KMG Oracle. They have 2 kills of a lead. They have a pretty nice gold advantage, but none of that is stemming from plates. If you look at them, I have to hold my breath here as Omega
good ball skewer onto Yoni, double stun with that Phantom Item to flash away. Yoni, he has the ignite onto himself. Will it be enough to kill him? No, it's not. Lane of 7M is gonna get out. It's now Golfmore using that flag and drag over the wall. Fancy Dahyun might be the target. Has to flash away. Here comes Peter forward on that Echo. He just gets the kill. That's gonna be 7am getting a pick in the mid lane and now going for some plays as Hank is down here as well.
And so far, 7am, they're just playing much better around the map as a whole. They're rotating around. They're finding these ganks. Peter in the jungle has already found 2 kills, and he's just using the pressure so nicely. The interesting interaction there with the Pantheon was that he didn't actually have all of his stacks from his passive up, and so he didn't get the extra time on that shield, and as a result, he just perished immediately, as that shield doesn't last very long. Every single time this Bone Skewer is hovered, I just get scared for the bot lane of 7am, really, just because there is such a big advantage there.
And you're playing Veigar into Pi. By all means, that is a very tough matchup to play if you are not positioning correctly, which I think Yoni, for the most part, has been, but of course he has died twice. Which, well, it's hard not to, especially that another gank is coming through the Cataclysm. No flash for Yoni on that Veigar. He doesn't get the return kill just yet. Mark is looking for it. The Ignite is not enough. Okay, it finally is. That is 2 for 1 in favor of KMG Oracle. Peter, he's looking for a return, but might die instead. One more attack will do it. He chrono breaks backwards, throws down the parallel convergence. Dahyun and Vinny both are now down here as well. Looking for any potential engage. The teleport. That is from Yoni. Okay, he just wants to farm back.
All right, that's fair. So I was a bit scared that 7am we're gonna go for more. Okay, Space Viking does have access to the slicing Maelstrom, but he's just getting shoved in so hard by Hank right now. This is disgusting. Okay.
Was that demolish on Hank that we saw in the top lane? Or are my eyes fooling me? Hold on, I'm actually going to check.
No. Hank is running a demolish, I think, because he has procced it several times in the top lane as well as mid lane, so it's an interesting situation as Phantom Auto does connect. It doesn't yield any big results. And now, 7am, they've clawed their way back from a deficit. Despite a bad fight in that bot lane, they're still kind of scaling. And at this point, Veigar does have level 6. Vinny is going in with the Echo in tow. Nothing going to happen yet. but there is still a possibility of 7am utilizing the fact that they now have a 2-1 Echo on their side to just blow up Skysa. She's still incredibly squishy. She has built her Mercury treads, but I don't think that's going to necessarily save her.
Whilst I do want to agree with you, I feel like Hjort is now in the territory of being a realistic carry for KMG Oracle if they execute right around him. It's 12 minutes in, he has a significant CS lead, he has 3 kills, 3 assists, he's building towards his Ginsu, and he did go for that defensive option. I feel like the game is right now on him and the rest of the KMG Oracle to just make him snowball even further.
Yeah, and the only other person that I'm looking at, or well, I'm looking at 2 people in particular on the side of KMG Oracle to also aid him in his quest to actually be able to carry, and that is going to be, of course, Dayun, as well as Space Viking. Dayun, as I say that, is getting logged down here.
Here comes Peter on the Echo, the stuns are just stacking up, and he's gonna get a kill, the 3rd of the game. We mentioned in Champions Alike how strong that champion is at snowballing, and 7am seems to be taking the initiative.
Yeah, so, once again, Peter is just a menace on this Echo in the jungle, and he has such great setup from the Lissandra in that mid lane that there is no way that Dayun is going to be able to escape them, because there is just so much CC. You pair it up with the buffed W from, okay, it's a lot of damage, but from the buff W of Echo, and suddenly there are several seconds for which Pantheon cannot do anything, and despite him having that shield, he cannot pop it when he's done. As I say that, Mark is getting caught out once again.
He uses everything he can on Hjort, Megaton just dunks him down with the death from below. And yeah, that's a good pick.
Yeah, it's a good pick, but a huge mistake once again on the bot lane of 7am as Hank is jumping in.
This Slicing Maelstrom is used, but that Tristana is just taking
God.
no damage. Flash forward! Hank gets the kill! Wait, can he get out? The minions! They might finish him off! The lifesteal is just not enough. I feel like if he just stood an auto attack, he might have survived, but it ends up being a 1-for-1.
Yeah, so Hank was standing still just for a second too long. He tanked a bit too many auto attacks from the minions, and as a result, he perishes similarly to his opponent. However, this Tristana in the top lane is absolutely disgusting. He has already finished the Blade of the Ruined King, and the unfortunate thing for Space Viking is he just cannot contest him right now. However, who can perhaps contest him is Gothmormor, who has managed to pop that Herald in the top lane. However, plates have already fallen, so there is not going to be any extra gold funneled into this Jarvan.
It should be the first tower, so at least some bonus gold being secured by KMG Oracle, and sure enough, they get the objective, put themselves 1,500 gold in the lead. The next Drake is Ocean, so not necessarily the best on Yoni. He's pulled back. He might be in a lot of trouble. Burns the flash, but here comes the killer instinct from Hjort. He's on a rampage. 4-0 and 4 on Kai'Sa.
And Omegaton is just putting in so much work on this Pyke, hitting a Bone Skewer after Bone Skewer whenever the enemy bot lane is out of position, means that, well, this Kai'Sa and himself as well can just keep on snowballing. 7 kills split among themselves very evenly, very lovely. It's just, this bot lane is terrifying. And now
here comes Peter.
In more trouble.
Yeah. Peter was looking for a pick. He is strong. He completed that proto belt. You gotta be careful wherever that Echo goes, because Peter will be there. And he will not hesitate to go for the kill. But he also will not hesitate to go for the kill. It's Hjort and Omegaton as they're pressuring that bot lane tower, and they will be able to take it.
The bot lane falls in that bot lane. And now, I'm excited to see what KMG Oracle can actually do, with so many objectives being picked up by them. Top lane as well as bot lane means that now the only other turret left for them to pick is going to be mid lane, where Dayun has been struggling. He hasn't even hit the Duskblade or Ghostblade as his first item in 15 minutes in, instead forced to build defensive into this Lissandra, as I say that.
Here comes the dredge line.
Yeah.
Omegaton, he just gets out, loses about 200 health with that passive, and now Yoni pulled back in. He's gonna lose half of his health. The Jarvan over the wall, Gothmormor, he wants some kills, and Omegaton is gonna provide.
Yeah.
I say 2-for-1 though, as the turret shots made sure that Gothmormor died. Here comes Tank in the top lane, slicing Maelstrom from Space Viking, another rocket jump forward, and the Buster shot backwards. Hank, he is just popping off on that Tristana. Just one auto attack to secure the kill. Come on, don't make me eat my words, Hank, please. Dayun, he's flashing forward, and yeah, I will have to eat my words because Space Viking, he's gonna survive as Dayun came into the top lane.
So, okay, never mind. Vinny is there, looking to return the favor. Unsure if he can do things on his own, though.
He's definitely trying. He picked up that Luden's Echo, throws down the Frozen Tomb. Space Viking doesn't really have any health. However, here comes Omegaton. He doesn't have his ulti, but it might not matter. Burns the flash from the Lissandra.
There's so many pings of Lissandra Flash in the chat immediately. But I really don't know what the interaction was with Hank getting 2 dashes or jumps.
If you detonate the fully...
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, fully charged bomb onto the champion, it resets your rocket jump.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm an idiot, sorry. So, curious interaction. However, he does fall in the end, thanks to a smart rotation from KMG Oracle. Peter looking to make something happen once again. He's the only real part of 7am's lineup which is still trying to hold the candle to KMG's advances. As already there is a 4k of a gold lead, and eventually there will be a point at which this just becomes too much.
For now, it's 7am, looking for picks, trying to get themselves back in this game. They picked up 2 Ocean Dragons. The third one is gonna be available, and they have the priority over that side of the map. So you can say whatever you want about 7am, but they seem to very much like their dragons, as Vinny going forward with that Frozen Claw, as Dahin in the river. He might be in a lot of trouble. The rest of 7am, they are collapsing onto that Pantheon. Yoni is bone skewered back. Look at that Vigar. He's throwing out the Primordial Burst. Not really getting the kills, but I don't think it will matter. Pantheon overextending. No, Omegaton, he's on a killing spree. He's gonna be able to get one back. The Galaxy from Golf more forward. He's looking up Hank, who's gonna jump over the wall, but it's 7am winning the fight. They're getting all the kills necessary. Yossi goes over the wall. That's followed back, but the Chrono Break has to come out immediately from Peter. Vinny, he's gonna be able to sidestep that shuriken, and Peter going over the wall into the parallel convergence secures the stun. And he is going to get that kill. 7am, they turn around the fight.
And it is the clutch team fight from 7am that seals them, or rather salvages them, this game, as I was about to point out that you can still play around these team fights when you have this fed Tristana, when you have this fed Echo, and well, that's exactly what 7am did. The side of KMG Oracle didn't come at them as a single unit, and given that it's a bit too early for Kai'Sa to actually be able to be a champion, well, that 5 and 180 carry didn't necessarily make any difference in that team fight, especially when Space Viking wasn't in there to begin with to provide the slicing Maelstrom with the multiple man stun. And as a result, 7am just get an incredibly important team fight, and the gold advantage diminishes.
It's just 1,000 right now as we speak. 2 items on Hank and the Echo as well. Peter 5-1-1. I really like that Blastcomb play into Hjorth, just making sure that kill comes through. But KMG Oracle, they're still strong. If Hjorth doesn't get jumped on, that might be a 3-item Kai'Sa by the Baron fight. He's sitting on 2 items and some pretty healthy components for that Nashor's Tooth.
And he has already popped the Q. That's the level 11 that I had been talking about. Mirror Mana fully stacked. He is going to be starting to deal some serious damage soon. Especially if, as you are saying, he hits those 3 items. Looking to be a Nashor's Tooth, which will provide him with the W upgrade, which is incredibly lovely. Now, Bone Skewer. This can be dangerous. Okay, never mind. Doesn't hit Peter.
Yeah, Mark is now tanking up. Here comes Vinny. Hjorth is the target, and that's Peter. Unstoppable. Easy pick for 7am.
Yeah, as you said, if Hjorth doesn't get jumped upon, well, what does he immediately do? He gets jumped upon, and as a result, he dies, he gives 1 more kill, he gives all of this pressure because there is no one else as fed on the side of KMG Oracle. Perhaps this Pike, but in those teamfights, that isn't going to be enough. A fed Pike is only going to be giving you extra execute range from from below, as I say that.
Peter jumping forward, great blaster shot from Hank. It's not enough to save his jungler, but that could have been a disaster if Kennen got to the back line.
Yeah, he did, however, put him back into his place, and in fact, it's only their jungler that dies.
Good hook. Omegaton is down. Space Viking is...
Maelstrom, what is this?
Yeah, Space Viking, he pops the Zonius. That's a shutdown picked up by Hank. He's still jumping around the fight. Hjorth is in the middle of the frame. Mark pops his stopwatch. Vinny completes his teleport. The Frozen Claw is not going to be taken. Dakin gets the kill, with the spear coming over the wall. Hjorth still gets the shutdown. That Kai'Sa is still alive. The big player for KMG Oracle that we highlighted. Now only 2 more people left for 7 a.m. Can they hold on? Can they survive? Hjorth going forward with the Akatian Rain. That's a lot of damage onto Yoni. Peter has to respawn. Have no teleport. Flash forward. The stun from Dakian. Flash away from Yoni. He turns it around. He picks the kill up, but I think Hjorth is on the chase. Supercharges forward. He went auto attack to finish the kill, and that's one hell of a chaotic fight.
Yeah, Hjorth is going to get that kill, but the side of KMG Oracle will not be able to pick up that Drake just because Hank is still up together with Peter, and well, things are still looking incredibly even. That fight was so chaotic because it wasn't pure 5v5. In fact, there were TPs coming in, most namely one from Vinny. Okay, and Megaton was just fishing for something, doesn't get it, but both these teams are still incredibly close. And it all comes down to the execution. You see that if Hjorth isn't assassinated immediately, the side of KMG Oracle can still win the fight, because he can kite around, he can stay in the backline and deal all of the damage that his team so desperately needs. But if you see a good jump on him, if you see a single piece of CC laid down on him, well, that is a team fight won for 7 a.m, so it all comes down to the execution.
The Baron is now on the wave. The gold is even. And it has devolved into an NA ram, as both teams, they really want to get control. KMG Oracle, that mid lane tier 1 is definitely a must get if you want to seriously contest vision around the Baron objective.
It's looking to be the name of the game for now. Of course, Baron dances are incredibly fun to watch, especially if nothing is happening. But definitely. I don't think we have to worry about nothing happening, as you have so many good engage tools on both teams. Omega Ton being the main one for KMG Oracle, and on the other side you still have Nautilus as well as Lysandra, so you don't have to worry about a lack of action right now. If you look at the items, Dion has finally hit the Ghost Blade a couple of minutes ago and is now building into what I would assume to be a Hex Drinker, if he wants to be finishing that. And well, there is no stopwatch on Cannon, which is incredibly important, because that means that if he dashes in, he's dead.
I think we have to highlight the if, because we saw last fight, yes, it wasn't the heroic play that Hank needed, but still, getting the cannon away, that's gonna be the staple of team fights. There are so many tools, for 7 a.m. to keep him away. And talking about Hank, he completed 3 items. Yes, you've got 3-item Kai'Sa, but the 3-item Tristana is nearly as scary as well.
Oh yeah, now, there is not guaranteed crit chance, of course, on the side of Tristana, as Dion gets caught out.
Oh, look at all the damage on the Dakian. Hank is on a rampage. He's knocked out and blown to pieces. The slashing measure might be big, but Space Viking, he just does not have enough damage. It's a double for Hank. 7 a.m. 3 quick kills, transition it into the Baron, and they've got the mid game they wanted.
And that's exactly what I mean when I say that it all comes down to the execution, ladies and gentlemen. The side of KMG Oracle get caught out by so much CC. Turbo Transfer getting damaged. What the hell? Alright.
Yoni just outplays Omega Ton.
Care.
Yeah, he doesn't. The Baron is going to be easily secured. No way Gold Mormor can even get into that pit, and I feel like this is the 7 a.m. we waited for. It took them a while, but we see what they are capable of. But it's not over yet. You still have Hjorth. He just needs to not get, well, targeted by everything there is.
Yeah, and it's just good priorities from 7 a.m. They see someone out of position from KMG Oracle and they immediately go after them. They immediately blow everything that they have to get that one single pick, and it spirals into more. It spirals into Hjorth. Omega Turn once again overstepped, and that has been the name of this game thus far for KMG Oracle. They just keep stepping out of line and they keep getting caught out. And props to 7 a.m. for being there to catch the ball. But man, have KMG Oracle thrown them it so many times this game.
Yoni gets the Event Horizon, which probably means he doesn't die here, as Omegaton he is sitting on 2 lethality items. And the stun on to Golf more. He's a significantly tanky Jarvan. Omegaton looking for another Bones pulls Yoni back in. It's like, whenever Yoni gets pulled back, I just hold my breath, because he doesn't have any armor. He can get blown up so easily.
There are so many squishy champions on both teams, and once again, we have seen that 7 AM are just going for these big plays with the Nautilus, with the Lissandra. However, you can see that happen from KMG Oracle as well, and I would dare say that the side of 7 AM have a much better way to actually disengage from a fight, because you have the Vigard cage, you have the Bust, and then you have Lissandra.
Now, Yoni this time ignited, and forced to flash.
As you said, we had to bait our breath there, because Yoni got hooked, got ignited, but now, flashless Vigard, that's just a treat asking to be taken.
Yeah, the ball lane inhibitor, KMG Oracle can't even really contest. They're trying their best, but at 7 AM with the Baron buff, with super strong siege, I feel like with this Tristana and all the zoning tools, there's not much KMG have to do. They need to find the one pick. Probably look for Yoni, since he really likes to step forward. But after burning his flash, you can see he has taken his seat in the backline. As I said, he gets pulled back in!
It's the game of missteps, Kachka. One misstep and you're dead. Yoni is very happy to make it a favor. Now Omegaton is there.
Hank already is dominating. That's 2 kills. Make it! 3-7M don't even need their Vigard to win these fights. Hank is just stomping through them. Hjort goes golden. Use that kill. I think he picks the shutdown up, but he's dying anyways. And only Golf more is there to defend. The death timers are so long. I think 7AM might have just won it here.
They might have won it here. They're chasing after the Jarvan, curiously enough, but the death timers are just so long. Kaisa still has 25 seconds on her, and that's essentially the story for everyone else. Vigor teleporting in, and that's going to be the game.
Yeah, Omegaton is up on that Pyke. Can he do really anything? I don't think he can. 7 AM, they weren't ahead in the early game, but they pulled their things together in the mid game, and they take the game 1 over KMG Oracle. And
what a fest, you know? Just what a fest this game was. I thought that the side of 7 AM were just going to lose because, well, let's be honest, their bot lane was quite severely behind, but I said this in the picks and bans. If one side of the map loses, it's not a reason to actually worry, because you saw Hank absolutely curb stomping Space Viking on that Tristana into Cannon matchup. And that essentially won the game. He was such a menace because he had such a nice team to play around in all of these big team fights. And in the end, you also have to commend Mark because he had so many dredge lines, he had so many good Nautilus ultis, and 7AM were just there every single time to be picking up these balls that KMG were throwing at them. So it was kind of bound to happen, really.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, we just got some info, so we're just gonna go into the break early. We're gonna go offline for 2 minutes, but we will be back for the second game, so don't go anywhere.
for the side of 7am because, as I said, Yo is a player of Veigar. However, he is also a big player of the Taliyah, which he can pull in that bot lane. So hopefully he will be able to show us some nice mage in the bot lane playing into a Cassiopeia yet again. Hopefully he will have more of a success than last time around because he's already managed to warm up against. So maybe there will be an improvement. We'll have to see.
Well, it'll be enough against Omegaton Spike, because that's the same bot lane we saw from KMG Oracle last time, and they had a great performance. Of course, this time we're just judging the consistency of their performance. If they can repeat it, that's great. If they can't, then we got to question game 1 as well and see, was it a one-off or is it actually there? But Tristana is gonna go into the hands of 7am for the second game.
And right now, I think that there are some 2000 IQ big brain plays going on, because we've seen Tristana be played by Hank in the top lane, but that doesn't necessarily have to be the case, because what you're seeing from 7am is the three-way flex right now, because you can put Taliyah in the bot lane, mid lane, and jungle. You can put Pantheon top lane, jungle, mid, and Tristana into the same roles outside of jungle. So what the hell right now are KMG Oracle supposed to ban out? That's my question, because they have to commit to some lanes.
Supports.
Okay, yeah, they know that the supports are not locked in yet.
Are you sure about this? Pantheon support could be legit.
Do you think that it's going to be Tristana Pantheon? Oh wait, no! Pantheon Taliyah! I completely forgot about that.
Oh wait!
Yeah, but that was pre-rework. However,
I mean, could work after.
It could definitely work the same way, because the main thing about Pantheon Taliyah bot is that Pantheon sets up the initial CC with the point and click stun. Taliyah immediately follows up on it with her own CC, and you are able to burst down anyone. So, I'm curious to see what it's going to be. I have no idea right now, I'll be honest. I don't think that there is a fault in me for not knowing what it's going to be, but looks like it's going to be jungle confirmed. Unless it's decent support.
Or will it be? Exactly. Now, I feel like we're going down that rabbit hole a bit too much. Let's be honest, they probably still want to...
I don't trust a single thing in this thing.
I mean, I don't blame you. Like, technically Talbot is coaching KMG Oracle, and we all remember the Hero drafts. Thank God they aren't flexing right now, so yeah.
Imagine Hillerot into 7am with these picks. That would be beautiful.
You see, the thing is, Hero changed so much since the days we've been casting here.
I know.
So yeah, that's only in our memory now.
Yeah, it's in our memories and in our hearts, and it's going to stay there forever until we get Alzheimer's. Regardless.
Okay, that turned dark.
Yeah, that turned very dark, as all things do. So, confirmed composition from KMG. At least they aren't showing us two sad casters some flex picks for us to kind of murk through. It's going to be Gangplank in the top lane and Corki in the mid. Either of them is going to be playing into Tristana, or possibly. Okay,
it's gonna be a Pantheon Taliyah bot.
Yeah. No? Yeah.
Wait, yeah. Now it goes top. Now it goes top.
Now it goes top. Yeah. Okay. So
I think you want to put Hank on Trist.
Okay.
Unless you might want to put Yoni on Tristana, but like, there are so many options. I don't know.
Give me Pantheon Taliyah. Give me Pantheon Taliyah right now. Do it. Do it 7am. No, please, just swap around, swap back. Okay, there we go. Hank is moving on to Taliyah. All right, now, okay, stream. We need this. We need this on right now. Okay, well, it's not moving. Is it moving? It's moving.
Yeah, they're just swapping everywhere. They're actually playing.
Okay, I love how the viewers like didn't get to see all the machineries that are happening right now in this lobby, and so they probably just think that we're like actually psychopaths. But yeah, I'll take it.
I think they have to lock in at one time, I don't think they can just keep swapping indefinitely.
Yeah, it was 20 seconds that they have to lock those champions in. And finally, we get the confirmed roster. It's going to be Hank on Tristana yet again. Likely mid lane this time around, because it's going to be Gnar in the top lane. And it's going to be Taliyah Pantheon bot lane, as you rightfully assessed. And so, curious matchups ahead of ourselves. I mean, I'm really just hoping that Mark and Yoni can do more into a Pyke and Kai'Sa, because they have one of the most aggressive early game bot lanes that they can get, And if they give any kills away, I'm going to be not only surprised, but I think also disappointed.
Yeah, that I can definitely agree on, and I don't think 7 a.m. I think KMG Oracle do hard outscale the side of 7 a.m. If you look at the threat of, well, pretty much anyone. You have a Gangbang Corki Kaiser, then an Echo as well. Pyke never really falls off, he's just not like a super, I mean, I don't know, Pyke late game for me is a bit of a limbo, but so I'm just not going to touch on it.
Yeah, Pyke late game is kind of a mixed bag, because you do have an amazing kind of execute range, because you can essentially cross people off from half HP, but you're also incredibly squishy if you're not building resist, so it's kind of a weird limbo, as you said. But you're definitely right in that KMG Oracle hard outscale the side of 7 a.m. And so I think that this time around, it's going to be 7 a.m. having to play through their early game more so than last time around. Last time around, they had the big team fight composition aimed mostly at mid to late game, and as soon as they started grouping around, they could start doing stuff. This time around, there isn't necessarily a good team fighting scenario, despite you having a Gnar and a Tristana. You're definitely more so aiming at the single target burst. Lock someone down with the Pantheon, because you can follow them up with the Taliyah, with the Lee Sin, and if you get one pick, you can generally turn the fight in your favor, despite being quite behind, just because you have so much CC once again, which isn't something that KMG Oracle possess yet another time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have too much to add. You see, it's the problem when your color caster makes such a good point that you don't even know what to add.
Aww.
It's just, yeah.
I'll take that compliment. You know, it's one of the few places where I get compliments in League of Legends lobbies, which is incredibly sad, but also heartwarming, which has been definitely my life so far. So when we look at the individual matchups, if it's not Hank playing top lane into a Gangplank, I think that he won't be able to snowball as hard, because it will be playing into a Corki, which for sure is I don't
okay, so I'm gonna just throw that point. Tristana mid lane did become a thing to counter the Corki Azir meta. Like, it specifically was put in the mid lane to stop that.
Oh yeah, no.
And you are playing into a Corki.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. You might, it might be one of those more passive matchups.
No worries. I'm an idiot. I'm kind of losing my mind here. Don't you worry about a thing, my child. I am just a mere idiot casting and screaming my lungs out. Now I'll be honest. When the Corki Azir meta was in, I was just not watching competitive League of Legends.
Better.
Just because it was incredibly boring. Because I like early game, which is exactly what 7 a.m. are going to be serving to us this time around. Now, the reason why I originally thought that Corki was going to be a relatively safe matchup into Tristana is because he does have good wave clear, but that comes only later after he has picked up some of his items. And despite that, him having to approach the wave itself with a Gatling gun to actually be able to clear it efficiently means that Tristana just manages to get a lot of additional damage off on it, off on the Corki himself. So, as you said, it's a difficult matchup for Corki. Now that I think about it more, I have to start practicing that whole thinking thing more.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty useful. And that's why you shouldn't do maths on stream. It just takes too much of your mental capacity.
I think that after my math on stream, I think we can conclude that I am in fact a licensed idiot. And that I'm not gonna do maths on stream, hopefully, for the foreseeable future. But we are in a game of League of Legends. And yet again, no shenanigans going on.
Yep, 7 a.m. are definitely favoring the standard cover. So when the stream was down at the beginning of the first game, I really doubt you guys were able to hear that. But we discussed with Karim, this sort of cover that you see, is it vertical or horizontal?
And just let that sink in for the viewers.
Yeah.
To be able to actually formulate their answers. What did we actually agree upon?
I don't think we did.
I think I said that we will stick to the horizontal jungling, being when you're kind of roaming from your only on your own side. right?
Mm-hmm.
Because like when you're standing on the Nexus, you're standing in
Yeah.
your fountain, and you're looking directly at mid lane. Moving from your top side to bot side would be horizontal for the champion, right? Now, never mind
Yeah.
about my
Alright, wait, we're getting an
machineries.
invade from 7am. Mark goes for the stun onto Hjord. That is so much damage. First blood picked up by Mark, and great delayed invade. And they're looking for more. Yoni just throwing out the threaded volley. That's gonna hurt so much for Golf more.
Yeah, and, well, as we were talking about 7am not favoring invades, well, they go for a delayed invade, and it is incredibly successful, as they pick up that red buff on... Did Peter pick it up? Yes, he did. And so, this Lee Sin, already off to a great start, now will mean that all of the encounters in the jungle he should ideally win, as long as Echo doesn't get the first jump, and even then, I think he still should be pretty much favored in those encounters, so definitely a great start for the jungler of 7am.
Also, Mark did go for the Spell Thief's Edge on that Pantheon. He's going full poke as
Oh yeah.
Vinny also not having the best of times in the top lane.
I mean, that's kind of just the curse of a ranged champion into a ranged champion, I guess. I mean, so far, Space Viking has always just been queuing the Gnar. As I say that, that's the power of the Pantheon bot lane.
Yeah, Hyoth is pulled back in, flashes away. Next engage, he's dead.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what you saw there was exactly why Taliyah Pantheon bot lane is so strong, especially into someone as immovable, or immobile, should I say, as this Kai'Sa, because Pantheon dashes in, gets the stun off, and it's just so easy for Taliyah to be locking him down with the own, what's it called, Unraveled Earth? No, that's her E, isn't it?
The Seismic Shove.
Seismic Shove. Yes, you're absolutely right. She did take that second, and it was immediately a very successful combo, so very excited to see what this bot lane has in store for us, as they're already roaming up to see what Gulf Mormor is up to.
He did take that Skull Crab, and it seems that Yoni and Mark just check on the blue buff whether there is anything going on. Hank just jumping forward, trying to abuse that Tristana into Corki matchup. Mark flash in, and that's dead. Hjord. Yoni getting probably the easiest kill of his life with that duo bot lane.
Yeah, and the thing is, Hjord hadn't wasted his flash during the invade because he just died immediately. But he did use it up during the first stun into Seismic Shove. And now, he doesn't have it, and so every single time that Pantheon dashes forward, given how much damage this bot lane has, it can be a kill. As I say that, Omegaton looks to return the favor. Now, Vinny looking to trade in Space Viking, not being so hot though.
He's out CSing the Gangplank at the very least, so that's good for the Gnar. Golmomor just staying around, looking for a potential way in. Another Seismic Shove onto Hjord. That one is so aggressive. That's the flash. Bone Skewer, good flash away from Yoni to avoid the stun. Omegaton, he's still alive. Here comes Golmomor, unable to find the engage.
But good respect there from the bot lane of 7am. This time around, they realize that, alright, we cannot be super aggressive when this Echo is by. See him, they immediately turn away, and they don't give him any extra gold into his own pocket, despite them being half HP. So, good caution there from the side of 7am. And now you can see that Corki is just having so much fun in this bot lane, already 10 CS behind this Tristana.
Hank is just jumping forward, and whenever he does it, Dahyun has to burn the Valkyrie. The cooldowns are about the same, so Hank at least cannot abuse that. Which is really good for the time being. The first dragon, though, it is Mountain, and I feel like 7am will be getting their sights set on it soon.
It definitely can be the case. I think that in this game specifically, we can expect 7am to be getting essentially all of the objectives, because as you see right now, all of the lanes are pushing away from them. Now Lee Sin threatening to jump on top of Golf Mormor here. Now who's going to be winning this engagement? Hank is moving in.
Yeah, Peter jumps into the stun. Hank tries to flash it, but not quite successful. Bone Skewer goes wide. And you know what's interesting? KMG Oracle actually come out on top because they get the Summoner Force from Hank.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a nice thing, especially from a Tristana, where if she does manage to get her jump away, at least you cannot flash away now, and if you manage to lock her down with a single piece of CC. It's the same as it was last time around. You can still kill her. She's pretty squishy. And now Mark jumping in. You definitely want to shut down this Kai'Sa though, or at least lock her down with the Pantheon stun, because Pyke, he's just gonna dash away very fast.
Megaton has got that safety, which same cannot be said about Yord, but from those first 2 kills, he has taken a Is it the ultimate caster curse? Second game in a row now that I say that someone is standing back, they just die as soon as they say it.
Well, you know, it's difficult. Okay, in Yord's defense, it's difficult to stand back away from Taliyah Pantheon when you're Kai'Sa. So I definitely do not blame you for thinking that she was safe there. And now, Lee Sin is in the top lane. Megaton is just gonna die?
Yeah, Yoni picks up another kill. Space Viking is trying to run away, but Vinny should run him down. It will be Peter securing the kill instead.
Well then. So...
That's the snowball.
That is the snowball, yeah, and there's not even a Nunu in this game. And, I mean, at this point, things are looking dire. 4k of a gold lead for the side of 7am. Last game, it looked very winnable for KMG because they were winning in the early game. However, this time, 7am pick an incredibly aggressive composition, and they're already snowballing themselves to success thanks to... You can call it a cheese, but it works, alright? If it works, it works. And so, they're positioned really well to actually win this game, but still they have quite the way to go. But so far, taking all these plates, diving Space Viking, it seems, looks to be the way in.
Space Viking just trying to clear out the minions, as there's the kick from Peter, the orange coming through as well. They still fall up through the dive. Vinny is now Meganar. Use the ulti to wall, goes wide. Look at all the turret shots, they're starting to stack up the damage. Peter and Vinny, they lose nearly all of their health, they don't get the kill. So it's really hard to say how this turned out as Yoni jumping forward, gets the seismic shot, forces the flash from Golf more. It's just so hard to play this if you're a KMG Oracle, because at any given time, there will be someone from 7am trying to kill you.
Yeah, and I really like the amount of aggression that 7am are using. They're just rotating around the map, using the Weaver's Wall, soon going to be using the Pantheon ulti as well. Look how terrified Hjort has to be, he cannot even approach the wave. And so, the amount of raw power that this lineup has is just incredible.
And to be honest, that is the type of 7am we saw last split, especially in the regular season, when they went undefeated for the first 5 weeks. Right now it's their second week. In week 1, they went 2-0. They are looking very ready to get another 2-0 today, and I don't like calling games done at 9 minutes, but a 5,000 gold lead at this point in the game is very tough. And the only way in which KMG win is if they somehow outscale, which I wish them good luck, and we will be looking at how they do this. But so far, 7am, they just seem to be back in their form.
And they definitely have to outscale. I mean, I don't see a way that KMG amount of pressure that is being generated in the mid lane and top lane by 7am, it's essentially impossible for them to try and contest it. I think that the big spike is gonna be Baron, but, well, go for more. He can't even use the chrono break. It's just too much damage, too much crowd control, too much snowball from 7am. It's too much, Kachka. As now he's caught out. He used his flash, but doesn't matter. No, it does not. Yoni is not the rampage kill, I think, so Mark gets a Megaton. Scale, just scale. KMG, that's all you gotta do, but good luck with this. You know, generally, the alphabet has more letters, but I think that the only one important to KMG right now is an F. Because, Jesus Christ, they're getting absolutely stomped in this very game. Mark and Yoni are absolutely unstoppable in that bot lane, having the 6 out of 8 kills. And the only other person with kills is also an incredibly snowbally jungler. So things are looking dire. Looking at how the side of 7am are actually going to be looking to snowball. They haven't picked up a single turret just yet. Of course, we have to remember it's just 11 minutes in. And there are already 8 kills on the board. So Turrets are going to be coming in very soon.
Oh,
Good
Megaton
flash.
gets a great ball skewer. Hank burns his flash.
Oh,
And that
no.
was a good play, but
Oh,
can
no.
they run away? I don't think so.
Oh,
Megaton
no.
might die here.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, that's Mike getting the kill. It was so close. The play was great. They forced the flash, but it's still a Tristana.
Yeah, it's just such a sad thing. Because... Okay, never mind. I'm gonna shut up. A Space Viking might die here to Vinny. No rage for Nardo.
Yeah, Vinny's trying to run him down under the tower. Good. Orange as Hjord. Yeah, he's running. Run if you can. No flash for you, sir. And he gets pulled back with the seismic shove, and Mark just throws in a Comet Spear on top. He only went for the Magi Soul Stealer.
Immediately. Like, you know what? I respect that. And in any other case, I think you could consider this like a very ballsy move. Okay, here, that's just unacceptable,
Oh,
unfortunately.
Mark, he's gonna get a kill with this full combat. Yeah, the Weaver's Wall as well, just for good measure. So it's not like if he sidestepped it, he would have lived anyways. I think that Hjord was dead there. The first target picked up very easily. He's looking for a play. He gets it down. Oh, that was so damn close.
Yeah, that hurt. That hurt from how close it was. I mean, that's kind of the problem, though. When you have hit level 6, when both of your opponents have been level 8 for around 2 minutes. You know? Like, I think I like to call this kind of the Yasuo syndrome, but for more champions. Just because you're so far behind that you can be going for all these good plays, which, if you were even or ahead, would definitely work out. But just because you're so far behind, it doesn't work out.
Alright, Hank, he doesn't have vision there. I just want to let you all know. He went in blind, he got the kill, and...
What the heck was that? You can't do this, Hank.
I mean, he can. Who's gonna stop him, realistically?
That's bad.
Now, Space Viking underneath his own tower. Yeah, the die finally worked. Oh, that might be a return. No, Peter is just alive. Yeah.
Dang. Almost. It almost happened.
Alright, I feel like we need something to focus on. Can 7AM go for the perfect game? So far, they haven't lost a single play, a single kill, a single objective. I don't think we'll go as far as Skull Crabs. If they don't die or lose any towers, or lose any... Well, they won't lose any plays now.
Oh, can we go for Skull Crabs as well? Can we incorporate that into the perfect game? That'd be great.
I don't think that's possible.
Yeah.
As dominant as 7AM are... I mean, maybe if you look at the replay, you'll find that Golf Momo didn't take any Skull Crabs. I didn't track it, so I can't tell you.
Yeah, me neither. I now wish I had tracked it, though.
I know. It's disgusting how dominant they are, but it's a strong performance from 7AM. I think that's what we need to remember. They are showing that they belong at the top of Division 1. KMG Oracle was a team that was playing in the Division 1/2 deciders. And this is really what we would be expecting otherwise in the middle of the split if those two teams have faced off.
And so far, I mean, it's always...
I mean, maybe not that stompy.
Yeah, I mean, it's always kind of a bittersweet feeling when you see a stomp like this, because, you know, you're kind of sad for the other team. You're definitely sad for Hjord in this case.
Yeah, he uses the killer instinct. He's trying to run away. Trying is the best word I can find, because Vinny just picks the kill up. Megaton is now all alone in the jungle. And yeah, you just can't do anything. Hank picks up the kill, so now even the mid lane is getting all the gold.
I have a new coin. I have a new kind of term to coin.
Okay.
A chunk game. Because
okay.
I am getting exactly the same feeling of when you watch an adorable video of an incredibly obese cat. You know, like one of those videos where she's just very, very chunky, and it's it's so cute. It's so cute to be watching, but you're also like, wow, that animal has diabetes. I'm so sad, right? That's exactly the vibes that I'm getting from this game, because, man, it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad and kind of fascinating to be watching how effectively 7AM can snowball. It's just 16 minutes in, by the way.
See, I actually love that term, not gonna lie.
Chunky game, yeah. I'm gonna use that.
It's a chunker of a game.
It's a chunker of a game, hell yeah. I mean, I'm sorry for laughing, but if you see your AD
Wait,
carry...
silver lining. Silver lining.
Oh,
Dahyun
no.
is actually even in CS.
Wait, is Hank gonna
As
die?
now, well, I think he might die here if there is enough damage, but yeah, that's not going to happen.
Never mind. So, what were you on? There is a silver lining in the CS. Oh yeah! Dahyun is out CSing Hank.
Yeah.
Can we call that not a perfect game now for 7 AM? Oh, okay, you know what?
I mean,
it's
I don't really
game.
know. To be honest, KMG
yeah.
Oracle, they are mounting a decent defense around the inner towers. Now, I don't know if that's because 7 AM just decide to slow down, or is it genuine defense? But I think after seeing this mid-lane tower, I think it was just 7 AM slowing down a bit.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a combination of the both.
Wait, Mark!
Here.
He pops the stopwatch, but he might be dead. Yeah, the perfect game is gone. KMG Oracle pick up the shutdown. As now they could be looking for a second one. Peter is in the middle of the fight. Yoth is looking to run him down. No! Peter escapes on a sliver of health. And that's gonna be a kill denied away from KMG Oracle.
And once again, it's just that KMG Oracle are so far behind. There's just not enough damage to go around.
Here comes Hank over the wall. Yeah, that's 2 kills. More than enough.
Not even no analysis necessary, just like, that's 2 kills. Yeah. I mean, you were definitely right when you said that the game has slowed down, because KMG Oracle, they were mounting a good defensive, and 7 AM, they still kind of had to respect them, because, remember, it's still 18th minute. They still suffer from the turret damage. It's not like they have a Mundo or anything. But, sure they're squishy, but to them, KMG Oracle are more squishy.
Yes.
Yes.
That's going to be a mid-lane inhibitor at 18.5 minutes. And there doesn't seem to be much for KMG to win this game. Really, the only way I can see it is 7 AM deciding to just take a nap for the next 15 minutes.
I mean, it's already the evening, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll be like, hey, we just want a nap, man.
Just take a siesta in the middle of a fiesta, you know what they say.
Yeah, a siesta in the middle of the fiesta and an echo inside of a graveyard as he returns, most likely for a permanent visit, as 7 AM are looking to make this a game, going in on Yorth again.
Okay, Space Vacuum's blown to smithereens. Hank goes on a rampage, and 7 AM, just a sheer display of dominance. They're looking to secure the 2-0. There's no one that's going to stop them. Well, maybe only themselves if they decide not to end the game. Hank is hammering away on those Nexus towers. And KMG Oracle, they're trying. Oh, that might be a kill onto Yoni. Great stopwatch to deny the death from below. Dahyun, he tried, but the shield on the Pantheon is just too strong. 7 AM now, they're onto the Nexus as Golf more. They're all just trying. They're all trying at this point, and that has been the story of the second game. 7 AM, they're just too far ahead. Hyoth is running in with the killer instinct, and Mark just denies him.
Wait, who was that second kill on? Oh, it was on a Peter. I hadn't even noticed.
Yeah.
Well,
7 AM, they're just going for all the kills. Yoni is going to die. That's a shutdown double kill being picked up by Dahyun. Space Monkey is actually going to get the kill. That's all the 7 AM members dying. God damn it. The game isn't even over yet. Vinny in the base. He's not going to be able to finish the game. He might be able to run away. Use the Dinar ultimate for safe measure, and we still in this game. Yay.
Master level 7 from Golf More. That's exactly what you need. When the times are dire and when things seem blue. Flash the mastery level 7 and good things will come to you. I think. Probably not. I mean, at this point there's still a 13k of a Goldie. But,
Dahyun is actually fed right now.
I
don't know what to do with this information.
Yeah,
he picked up like 2 huge shutdowns.
In a game where it's 5 to 23 kills, Dahyun is 3-0. I mean,
and he matches items with Hank.
That's very true. And I'm very sad that that is a thing. But, regardless, yeah, I mean, in this case, I'm unsure if Dahyun is going to be enough for KMG Oracle to, come back into this game. It's definitely a nice thing to have, but it's, when you're casting, you generally want to kind of keep the light mood and that things are kind of hunky-dory, that it's very even. That kind of builds tension, but in this case, it might just be a bit too far gone. Now, as I say that, Hank gets chunked for half HP!
Oh, and that's a shutdown now being picked up by Space Viking, 7 AM. They still have... Wait, the Yoni is down the right. Hank is still trying to stay alive. Mark goes into the GA. Dalian just pops him up, and... things are turning interesting.
Things are definitely turning interesting. KMG Oracle, it's the caster curse. You might have an 0-10 Kaisa, but you now have a 4-0 Corki. You also have you also have a Gangplank getting a kill. And right now, 7 AM are kind of running it down, I'll be honest. And what they kind of have to do now to stop this trend is not get caught out anymore, but Omega Ton! Okay, that's just unfortunate.
Great buffer from Hank.
Yeah.
I feel like 7 AM just take the Baron here, and they end the game. Mostly I know this because Vinny and Yoni are typing in the chat, so the game is done maximum 3 minutes from now.
Yeah, I mean...
And I don't think KMG will win in 3 minutes.
You broke the immersion! You broke the
immersion! Yes, I know!
God damn it, Kachka.
I know I did.
Let's be honest, who wasn't anticipating them winning it? But, yeah, I was going to say that right now, 7 AM, they just need the Baron, because, let's be honest, they didn't need the Baron, but they can just group around now, and the only thing that can save KMG Oracle is if Omegaton gets a good pick on someone like Yoni, if they can follow up on that as Mark jumps in.
Goldmore uses the Chrono Break. Hank is on the front lines. He dodges away from the Time Winder. Yoni with a Death Camp and Ludenzek at 23 minutes. He's just doing all the damage. But look at Vinny on the side. He's soloing out Space. Viking goes into the base. Beautiful Meganar just to finish things off as the kills are starting to stack up. Yothin is in the backlines. He's not gonna be able to do anything, and that's Hank. He's done with this game. Just get me the Nexus already. 7 AM. Take the 2-0 over KMG Oracle.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Pantheon and Talia will roll over you, I think is the poem to kind of describe this game. Yeah, the perfect game. Almost the perfect game if 7 AM didn't decide to give 9 kills away for some reason. From 7 AM, they snowballed incredibly effectively and efficiently, with a delayed invade at the beginning to kind of start things off. Then when the Pantheon and Talia bot lane really got going, just so many good combos chained after one another. It's impossible to run away from it if you're Hjorth, and so while you may be looking at his score and thinking, wow, that must be a bad AD carry because he's got 111. Trust me, he's not. It's just impossible to play that matchup, and surprisingly enough, he got over 100 CS, which, I applaud him for that. Genuinely have my respect, sir, because Jesus Christ, that was such a tough game.
Yeah, 7 AM, they just rolled through. At the end, yeah, they did give over some kills, which is, I feel like I mean, you see, I don't want to frame it as, KMG Oracle, the great possible comeback, because let's be honest, it was 7 AM kind of running it down. But they played well. Despite being behind, 14,000 gold, which are the deficits that you usually see at 40 minutes if games in Season 9 ever last this long, they actually looked a bit competitive. I mean, it's a tough call, but game 1 was definitely good.
Oh yeah,
KMG Oracle.
Game 1 was definitely competitive from KMG Oracle. There were a lot of good things that I saw. Most importantly, Omegaton's performance on the Pyke in both games was impressive. Unfortunately, in the second one, he was just unable to do anything as he didn't have enough damage to follow himself up in that bot lane, which is the story for KMG Oracle in the entirety of the second game. But there were a lot of good things that I saw from KMG. It seemed that they were good at snowballing. They were good at playing through their laning phase, but unfortunately, they got caught out time and time again. They didn't necessarily keep the vision up every single time where they went, and in the end, they just got caught out by Fog of War, and it was over. It was over like that, with a click of the fingers. And so, 7 a.m., they take an incredibly quick series. I'm not used to finishing before 9 p.m. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, neither am I, but I mean, welcome back, 7 a.m. that's what we got used to last split, pretty much, and yeah, they just show form. Something to mention, actually, about the end of this split, which we got to know today. I'm actually just going to look up the details, but if you are living in Denmark, or have any way to get there, then apparently...
Denmark.
Yes, if you plan to move there anytime soon as well, that there will be the finals on a LAN event on 13th to 15th of December, as we got the info. I'm not sure if that's public yet, but Core told us to let you all know.
Yeah.
So there it is, the initial information. But yeah, we're not going to talk much more about the game. Overall, 7 a.m., really dominant performance. KMG, they showed some great things in Game 1. Game 2, they didn't get to show anything at all, which is fair enough. But that will wrap it up for today. Thank you all for joining. Make sure to follow us on Twitch. Join the Discord if you're not there already and somehow just found us, out of the blue.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. So bye.
Yeah. Have a good night.